Hello everyone, thank you for watching another video from Eunice Rocks. This video is about why I think Donald Trump is correct to take the Gaza Strip from the Palestinians and take control of that region. So let's watch his 30-second speech in the White House and I will break down exactly why I think this is a brilliant idea.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job. Do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
Exactly. So why I think this is a good idea is because, first of all, the Gaza Strip is reduced to rubbles. So all these people that live in the Gaza Strip, what are they going to go back to anyway? All the buildings are torn down. There's no electricity. There's no water. If I was a so-called Palestinian, I wouldn't want to go back to Gaza because there's no incentive to go back. Everything is in ruins. That's one point. The second point, and I think is the most important point, is I do not trust Palestinians to govern themselves. Why do I say that? Because in 2005, when Hamas took over the Gaza Strip, the international community gave them tens of billions of dollars in international aid. And that international aid was supposed to be used to rebuild Gaza. And instead, people like Ismail Haniyeh pocketed that money and his children were flying in private jets all over the world, and he was staying in a 5-star hotel in Qatar whilst the Palestinians were starving. And instead of using that money to build skyscrapers and building buildings, they use that money to build tunnels so they can conduct their terrorist activities. And hence why I do not trust the Palestinians taking over that region again. I believe that the Gaza Strip can be like Dubai or like Singapore, because as Donald Trump said, it's by the Mediterranean Sea. So it will be a great place. I guarantee you within the next 10 years, if the Gaza Strip is governed by the Israelis or is governed by the Americans, it will turn into a gold mine. It will be a tourist destination. I wouldn't even be surprised if Donald Trump builds a tower there, because it's a resort front piece of land and it has a lot of potential. There's also a lot of gas in the ground. There's many things they can do with it. They can also, build another canal that will rival the Suez Canal through there. I just think it's a better idea for the Americans and for the Israelis to take that land, and I see prosperous future if that happens. However, if you give it back to the Palestinians and people like Hamas, I think the history will repeat itself and we will have endless war. Okay? And finally, I want to say this is a slap in the face of the Islamic Republic of Iran, because Donald Trump has also mentioned that he will impose maximum pressure on Iran. And I think that's the right thing to do, because all these terrorist activities, they take roots from the Islamic Republic. Okay? I think the Middle East map is changing, and I think it's changing for the better. And Israel and America should be at the forefront of that happening. Arabic countries have already showed interest about the Abraham Accords. I know Saudi Arabia comes and says, oh, we care about the Palestinian plight, but in reality, they really don't. They would rather make peace with Israel, as other countries have. And one of the reasons Saudi Arabia doesn't come out and support Israel straight away is because they know that a large portion of their population is still extremely Islamic and is still extremely backward thinking. So they cannot come out and support Israel straight away. However, their actions show that they support Israel. How does it show? When Iran struck Israel, half the rockets were shot in the air by Saudi Arabia. All the foundations are being put in place so they can normalize relations with Saudi Arabia. The problem is that people don't understand is that actually the Arab countries don't agree with groups such as Hamas. They don't really believe in a Palestinian state. And you can see that in their actions, not the words they say, in their actions. And the biggest problem for the Middle East is the Islamic Republic of Iran. Okay? The Arabs don't like them, and all the neighboring countries don't like them, and all these terrorist groups comes from there. And they have realized this, so they would rather make peace with Israel than to support groups like Hamas and the Islamic Republic. So as I said, and I will say it one more time, I think this is a good idea by Donald Trump to overtake Gaza, as they can rebuild it and they can rebuild it peacefully. And it's also better for the people that live there because there's nothing to go back to. All the buildings are rubble, there's no electricity, there's no water. If I was in that situation, I wouldn't want to go back. But I would like to know your opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. And thank you for watching.